Hi, this is Tara McGillicuddy. In just a minute, I'm going to be talking to you today about the empath energy forecast for the summer of 2020. But before I start talking about that, I want to remind you to stop by empathnow.com and check out some of the great resources to help empower you as an empath. One of the newer offerings are the monthly group clearing and healing sessions. And I will be offering those for free throughout the summer of 2020. And you can learn more about that and sign up for free at empathnow.com. So, yeah, I'm finally back on video today to talk to you about the energy forecast for empaths for the summer of 2020. Beginning of the year, I did a forecast for 2020 in general, and yeah, a lot of the stuff I was tuning into energetically, I mean, I think it all kind of happened, and I didn't know details of what to expect, but knew something was coming. And one of the things, I was listening to it recently, and I brought up that this is going to be a year for architecture, where we're going to plan. It's going to be good to plan and not necessarily act or do new things. And I had no idea that that was going to be because the world basically shut down and a lot of us couldn't do things. So that was something that I talked about. And the world's opening back up. We're not where we were 4 months ago, but it's improving. And another thing I talked about was it was really important to create your own positivity, your own peace. And that was really important with all the craziness that's been going on and tumultuous events and all that. So finding that inner peace and paying attention and putting in an effort to be happy, be peaceful, have fun, focus on positive things. And for some of us, that was not that easy to do because we went through something none of us have ever been through, but we're getting through it. We're all getting through it. So summer, energetically, it's going to continue to be different. Unexpected things are going to be happening. I don't know whether they're going to be different than the things that have already happened. But one thing to really tune into and understand that's important is I know over the past few years, people have become very decisive and it's been mostly two schools of thought when it comes to different people, different events and stuff. What's happening now, what's going to continue happening over the summer is, I don't know if we're necessarily going to become more divided. We're going to become more segmented. So instead of having two schools of thought, we're going to be having 3, 4, 5. So people are going to be segmented emotionally, energetically, on their beliefs, their understanding, their perceptions of people, events, and things like that. So it's almost like religions or sports teams. Like you think about sports teams across the United States, depending on where you live, you root for your own sports team. And that's going to be somewhat like it's going to be this summer with different things, not necessarily going to be based on geography, but people are just going to be pulling us further apart with their thoughts and beliefs. So be aware of that and be open to the fact that the person sitting next to you, the person you've known for 30-something years, is not gonna have the same beliefs, same understanding, same reality, same perception as you. And choose your battles when it comes to getting your point across. And there might be just things where you just need to, whether it's physically getting up and walking away, but walking away from different discussions, different things. But also be open that your perception, your understanding of things might not be accurate. Because what can happen is we have these beliefs and we think we know, and one tiny, minuscule detail can be missing or be wrong, and it can change the entire thing. So be open that, maybe you don't quite know or understand what's going on. I'm not sure what's going to be coming up, but just be prepared. And then the other key to energy this summer, to protecting, thriving as an empath, working with your energy, is finding balance in your own life. And one thing is the balance, especially for empaths, is that balance between emotions and logic. So this is a time to really practice when you're overwhelmed, when you're stressed, when you're being bombarded by everyone else's stuff or the world stuff, to connect with that analytic part of your brain. And, maybe there's a specific question that you ask yourself when you feel something in the pit of your stomach or you're getting a headache that kind of triggers you or connects you to that logical part of your brain. And it might just be, oh, does this make sense? Is this my stuff? What can I do about it? So if some new event or world issue starts occurring, don't necessarily jump to the same conclusion. Don't jump off the bridge with everyone else, because we may not be getting accurate information. And as empaths, we're connecting to everybody else's stuff. So if there's some type of event, connect with that logical part of your brain. Detach from the emotion of it. I know it's easier said than done. And maybe ask yourself, first of all, does this even matter to me? You don't have to be involved in everyone else's stuff in the world. Being a good, kind person, treating everyone with love, respect, that's enough for a lot of people. You need to be jumping on everyone else's bandwagon for everything. So first of all, ask, is this even important to me in my life? And also, does this make sense? Is there anything I might be missing? Are all the details there? Has there been a proper investigation before people just start, doing crazy things? So that balance, it's important. And then also balancing your mind and spirit, your physical body with your emotions. So this is something that's really, it's like jumping out of right now. Balance is key for us as empaths this summer. So, I talked about the emotion versus logic balance. Use those in sync with each other, connect with them as both of them, if at all possible, as much as you can. And there might be other stuff individually, but balance is key. And then one thing to really be aware of as empaths is, I'm going to term it energy interference. So as empaths, we believe that we can tune in and read someone. And in person, that works for a lot of us. When you're face to face in person with somebody, yeah, that we can do very well. But one thing to really be aware of is that when you are tuning into the energy of other people in an electronic environment, technology, whether it's the TV, social media, even me right now, I'm not face to face. You're not getting a complete read on me. There's interference with technology, the waves and all that, but also you are also picking up on the collective, on everyone else's energy that's observing, that's watching, that's listening to, that's focusing on the person. So be open to the fact that your perception of public figures is not completely accurate. And I know some of you will be like, but I can't stand this one, or I love this one. So what can happen if there's public figure, like a sports figure or an actress or a world leader that everybody loves or a certain amount of people love and they've been told to love this person? That's a layer of energy that you are tuning into. You're not just tuning into that individual person. So pay attention to that. And it's whether it's a politician, an actor, an actress, a movie star, just somebody who's on the news out of nowhere, that there's interference. Part of it is that you're picking up on the energy of the other people. And there's also some interference electronically with energy. I don't know whether it's intentionally put out there or not, but just be open to that. Like right now, people could be watching me, and if everyone loves what I'm saying, the thousands, millions of people watching me, you're going to love me. If I just did something that irked, drove people crazy, annoyed like the majority of the people watching it, you as an empath are going to tune into that. So maybe, before you watch the news, before you watch a YouTube video, listen to a podcast, turn on the TV, put the intention to clear the energy and focus in on just that individual. And you may be able to do it, clear that energy, but also be aware that maybe if this is the first time I've said this to you, you weren't even aware that this was happening. So be open. I think that's one of the other themes this summer is being open to the fact that your beliefs, your realities, what you think you know may not be completely accurate. So I don't know what's going to happen this summer, but it might be interesting. So, and then self-care is huge. I think, I'm probably going to say this no matter when I come on, but super self-care is essential this summer. Physical self-care, making sure you're sleeping, and sleeping's been, most people I talk to, whether they're empaths or not, their sleeping has just been a roller coaster. So focus on getting enough sleep, good sleep. Just have proper sleep hygiene. Turn the TV off, turn the phone off, turn the electronics off a good 2 to 3 hours before you want to go to sleep. And I know it's easier said than done because a lot of us fall asleep with music on, TV on, that type of thing. But even if you watch TV, maybe, go from watching something stimulating to something peaceful, or maybe go from watching TV to listening to the radio, but minimize the electronics around bedtime. And, the physical self-care, sleep, drink a lot of water, because we're doing like a world clearing. Our energy is being resurfaced and cleared, and a lot of the crazy things that are happening in the world, or what we think are crazy, are helping us clear things individually that we no longer need, and as a society and world. So water, it's very important to drink water and clear that out. Food, eat, pay attention to healthy food, minimize the sugar, the processed foods, focus on protein and vegetables. I mean, I'm not telling you exactly what to eat. Everyone's diet's different, but be aware that, things are going to be turbulent energetically, and you may be self-soothing, self-medicating, grounding with food and other things. So pay careful attention to that. Your spiritual self-care, if you're drawn to meditate more, maybe do a healing, maybe connect, take a new class, read a new book. But spirituality, tapping into that positive energy and connecting with other people can be very helpful this summer. And the emotional self-care, which I think is a lot what I talked about, balancing your emotions and your logic. So the summer, it's going to be interesting, but filter things out, focus on positive stuff, balance out that positive with the negative stuff, because there's going to be things happening that, are going to stir things up. But make sure that you're adding positive things into your world, into your life, that even if everything's crazy, that you're finding that thing that soothes you, that's good for you. Talk to the people you enjoy. Listen to the people that excite you. Reach out to people that you like, that make you happy. So I think I'm going to end it now. I might be back on a monthly basis to do energy forecasts. Who knows? I said that I'd be back on a more regular basis at the beginning of 2019, and things got shaken up. So thanks again for taking the time to listen to our watch. And be sure to stop by empathnow.com and check out the new resources. Thanks again. This is Tara McGillicuddy.